A very good morning, children. So, today I am here again with chapter 3 of social studies, and we are going to continue with the lesson Introduction to Civics. In the first part, we learnt about what is civics, what does civic sense mean, and whom do we call citizens, and what do we mean by citizenship. I hope all of you must have understood it very well. So today we are going to do the second part, and we are going to learn about duties of a good citizen. We already know that all of us have some duties towards ourselves, towards our family, towards the society, and towards the nation. But as a good citizen, again, we have some duties which we should follow. And these duties are voting in elections, paying taxes, and awareness. Awareness of what? Awareness of the government's decisions, awareness about the government. So, we are going to learn about these three in detail. Little bit we are going to learn about each one of these. The first duty of a good citizen is voting in elections. I am sure all of you must be knowing about elections, and you must have seen your parents, your elders going to cast their vote, to give their vote in elections. So, voting is an important duty of citizens of a democratic country. Like our country, India is a democratic country. Here we elect our leaders. So, it is an important duty of all the people who have attained, who have completed the age of 18 years to go and vote in the elections. All the people who have attained 18 years of age have the right to vote, and they should exercise this right. It is their duty. And when we are casting our vote, we should always cast our vote for the eligible and qualified candidates. We should understand the candidate's position and qualification before we give our vote. So, in India, the government is chosen on the basis of election, and this government is responsible for ruling the country, governing the country. So, the government whom we choose, they take care of the country for 5 years. So, we have to choose our government carefully. And this is an important duty of each and every citizen of a democratic country, the citizen who has attained 18 years of age. So, can you cast vote, students? No, not yet. But when you become 18 years of age, you should go and give your vote whenever we have elections. The second duty of a good citizen is paying taxes. This also you must have heard in your at home parents talking about taxes. So, what are taxes? Taxes are the financial contribution which we make to the government for living in a civilized society. So, all of us, we want to live in a civilized society. We want certain facilities. We want certain things to be provided to us to make a decent living. And for this, we have to contribute some money, we have to contribute financially. So, this contribution which we make is called taxes. The money which we give to the government is used for carrying various welfare schemes, and they are also used for carrying out different development work. For example, expenditure on defense. We have to spend on many things. We have to spend on defense, we have to spend on education. So, we have to spend on the enforcement of law and public order. then protection of property, for the infrastructure, the roads, the facilities which we get in public places, public works. So for all these we have to contribute, and this money we contribute in way of taxes. And have you heard of any taxes? The name of any tax? Some taxes which we pay are income tax, sales tax, service tax, then we have GST, we have VAT. GST, I sure you must have heard. It is in news nowadays. GST is also a kind of tax. So these taxes are paid by us to the government, and it is the duty of every citizen to pay the taxes. The third duty of a good citizen is awareness. And awareness of what? Awareness of the government's functioning. A good citizen should be aware of how the government works. He or she should be aware of the decisions taken by the government. He or she should know about the policies and schemes of the government. The government has many schemes for each one of us, all of us, like schemes for girl child, schemes for children, schemes for women, schemes for farmers. Then there are schemes for the women of villages, rural areas, providing gas to them, cooking gas to them, that is called Ujjwala scheme. Then we have Digital India scheme, under which Aadhaar card is being made for all. Then we have Pradhan Mantri Sadak Kalyan Yojana, where villages are getting roads. There are so many other health schemes, insurance schemes for farmers, Swachh Bharat Yojana. So there are so many things that the government plans for us. So we should know about them. And right now the country is facing the crisis of COVID-19, and the government is again planning so many things, and so many instructions are being given to us. Are we supposed to follow them? Yes. And are all of you maintaining lockdown and following the instructions given by our Prime Minister? I hope all of you must be doing that. So if you are doing that, you are being a good citizen. So during the time of need, it is very important that each one of us understand our duty, and all of us try to be a good citizen, which is going to help the country a lot in facing the crisis that we are facing right now. So now, as you can see in the picture, so many schemes of the government has been shown. So you can learn about them, find more about the schemes. You can ask your elders, search from the internet, and become aware. Now from being a good citizen, we are moving to being a good neighbor. And who are our neighbors? The people who live close to our house are called our neighbors. And all neighbors in a locality form a neighborhood. It is good to have neighbors. All of us want to have friends with whom we can play. We want to have. Would you like to live in a house all alone with having no neighbors near you? No, I don't think any one of you will enjoy staying all alone in a house and having no neighbors around you. So children in a neighborhood, they play together, they help each other in studies, and neighbors, they celebrate festivals together. Good neighbors help one another in times of need. We are dependent on our neighbors for many services. So we should all be good neighbors. And how can we be good neighbors? To be a good neighbor, we should be helpful and friendly. We should not disturb our neighbors. We should keep our neighborhood clean, and we should take care of old people, poor people, and disabled people. People who are not as gifted as we are. They might be having some problem, so we should help them. So you can see two pictures here, and who is being a good neighbor and who is being a bad neighbor. Can you make out? Yes, in the first picture we can see two boys talking to each other joyfully, and they appear to be happy. They seem to be good neighbors, friendly and helpful to each other. While in the second picture you can see the lady cleaning her house. That is very good, but she is throwing all the garbage outside her house. So she is making her surroundings untidy. That is not being a good neighbor. We should not only keep our houses clean, we should also keep our surroundings clean, our neighborhood clean. So, having a good neighbor is a welcome blessing. So, not only should we wish to have a good neighbor, we should all try to be a good neighbor too. So, that this brings us to the end of this lesson. Be a good neighbor, be a good citizen, keep smiling, and keep learning till we meet again.